Hey Leo, it's Tanisha from Tanisha's Tarot. I just want to start off September by being, expressive of my gratitude as far as everybody goes who's watched and liked and subscribed to my channel. And also those of you who've had personal readings and the donations that have come through. I'm really grateful to have you all. I'm glad that this goes out and helps people. And yeah, that the messages are like getting through. Okay, so I'm going to start with 3 cards. And yeah, this is a mini love reading. And I'll be focusing on the month of September in 2019. And any of you Leos out there, this is for you. Okay, so 3 cards will come out and then I'll do a few clarifiers to get a bit of a deeper understanding. Alrighty, here we go. So that was the last one that came out. The first one that came out. And that's the middle one that came out. Okay. Alrighty, so you start off the month with the Fool card. Now, the Fool is the most optimistic card in the deck. This is a major arcana and it, speaks of a fresh mind that is ready for life with great optimism and innocence. So you start off the month kind of skipping into it. Or perhaps this is the person that you're interested in has this like beautiful, optimistic, light-hearted energy, and that is what is attracting you to them. The Fool here, he travels light, so he doesn't have so much baggage, and he's standing on the edge of a cliff and he's ready to sort of jump off and take a leap of faith. So perhaps there's a love interest here where, you or them, they're taking that leap of faith. Either way, this is a very attractive feature for a person to have, so it's no wonder you're into them or that you are attracting love. Now, the other character that's in here is the Emperor. Now, the Emperor can be a bit more of a serious character, very authentic, though quite authoritative too. A lot of power, forthright, the way that they speak can be quite direct. And yeah, there tends to be a fair amount of masculine energy that goes with this card. Now, it is coming in reverse. So this is somebody who may be a bit of a power tripper. And this may be a case of opposites attract. So this person's fully controlling and this person's all happy-go-lucky. So it's no wonder that the next card that comes out here is the Devil. The Devil card actually signifies temptation and unhealthy behaviors or bonds. So it's coming in reverse though, so this is okay. This means that the unhealthy behaviors or bonds are actually released. There is actually like a you may have, with your optimism, you may have overlooked some of these qualities or these dysfunctions in this person, but you don't fully bond yourself to them. You're able to release from it. You see it as toxic, you see it for what it is, and then you kind of like, you're almost like, it's like water off a duck's back. It doesn't stick. So, it may even be one of those instances where like your paths were meant to cross, the opposites attracted, so as you were able to enlighten them. And perhaps they were able to enlighten you too, because sometimes a little bit of, a little bit of dark can actually enhance some light, and a little bit of light can actually, help you through the dark. So it's kind of, I'm feeling it's a little bit like that. But I see you as this energy and perhaps not as this serious energy, but who knows, like this could be, you could be doing the whole Leo predator thing where, you know, you're sort of chasing after some fluffy little person, but you haven't dealt with some of your dysfunctions, and, you know, you attempt to kind of own them, and they get out of your clutches, you know. I know that we can all kind of fall into dysfunctions that we're unconscious of, and it's only through experience that, you know, you work through that and you come out the other end and you realize that that wasn't healthy for you, nor was it healthy for the person you're attempting to love, you know. So either you will know which character you are. As much as we all want to be this guy, I know Leos will take a long, hard look at themselves and probably recognize a couple of these qualities too, you know, of wanting to be in charge and stuff like that. But you know, Leos are pretty good at like self-preservation. So, you know, anything that's too toxic, you're gonna remove yourself from. And yeah, this individual, whether this is you or the person you're interested in this energy, they cannot be held or tamed or owned in any sort of negative way. They can skip alongside you, but they can never be, you know, contained. This energy doesn't allow it. You know, that's why it's ideal to be in this space, because when you're in a space of optimism and positivity, it's almost like you can just skip along, and there could be cracks and ravines, and you just are unaware because you skip along and you're not focusing on that, so it doesn't become a part of your reality, you know. But yeah, this is opposites attract because there's a very serious person here. Anyway, let's see what the clarification says. So that's the clarifier for the Fool is the 10 of Wands in reverse. Clarification for the Emperor is the 6 of Wands in reverse, but another one also came out, and this is Temperance. And then the clarifier for the Devil is the 10 of Cups in reverse. So as the clarification for the Fool, being the 10 of Wands, the 10 of Wands talks about burdens, and the burdens that are almost about to be relieved, and you're seeing the end in sight. But with it being in reverse, it's like you're not burdened. So this individual doesn't really have any burdens, and this is probably why they're in this space, because they've let go of all their burdens. They've let go of their baggage. They're traveling light, you know. So it's almost like as a clarifier for this individual's character, it's like they make a conscious choice to not carry these burdens. You know, some people walk around carrying their burdens as badges of honor, whereas like this person's not about that. The Emperor in reverse had 2 clarifiers. So the first clarifier that came out is the 6 of Wands, and regardless of if it's upright or reverse, this does always speak of triumph and victory, and balance and forward movement. Now, with it being in reverse, perhaps the victory is sort of delayed, or there isn't so much forward movement. So this Emperor energy isn't so much about dysfunction as opposed to sort of stubbornness. That's what I'm getting as this being a clarifier. And then with Temperance being here, it's actually this individual's very patient. They're quite patient. So, you know, perhaps this opposites attract thing isn't so much someone trying to dominate someone else. It literally is just a clash of the way things are done. So this person here, the Fool, isn't looking to take on any burdens, and this person here is quite set in their ways and is quite patient and methodical Whereas this guy's kind of like, you know, this individual's like skipping along, and this one's quite measured and methodical. So that in itself is its own, yeah, I definitely think you guys like bringing lessons to each other, these two opposing energies. And yeah, the fact the devil came up means that there is like a potential for, you know, toxicity, but it's almost like you decide to not put each other in that space. You decide to not go there and make it toxic for each other. And then the clarification for the devil card is the 10 of Cups, which upright is about fulfillment in the community and family and abundance and a happily ever after. So it's sort of saying that you guys come to a space where you know not to be toxic to each other and know that maybe this isn't a happily ever after, but it's a happily right now. You know, so that happily right now space is actually where the power lies, because it's like you can't live in the future, you can only live in the now. So by acknowledging that and by keeping like a light heart about each other, you know, this opposition can actually become like a strength, because you're actually seeing, you're able to collectively have like a broader understanding of things, because combined this goes all the way from optimism through to complete you know, what am I trying to say, like from all the way from like optimism through to the Emperor's methodical, planned, you know, step by steps. This person doesn't do any step by steps. They're just like, woo, let's go wherever. And this guy's like, nope, it all needs to be planned out. So if you influence each other, that then really makes a lovely happy medium. So look, there's a potential here for great frustration or great unity. I suppose it will be up to you which way it turns, but yeah, opposites attract with this one, Leos. Alrighty, well, I thank you again for watching, and if you want to stay in touch for next month, please click subscribe. If you'd like a personal reading, just use the email address below, and yeah, happy September.